Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Is my audio clear? Can you just put it on the chat box, please, if it is clear? Thank you, Mr. Najib. And let us go another trial. Is my video clear? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to yet another session of Thankful Thursday. For those who are joining for the first time, my name is Kaleem Syed, and I am the founder of ClanWin. ClanWin is a company wherein we help you to be better you. And today we are talking on a topic called coping up with failures. Now, before I start this session, let me wish you 2024 be the best year of your life. I hope it's 4 days has been gone. I hope you might have made some resolutions. You might have made some goals written. And I believe that you started working on it. And I wish and I pray that this year you achieve all your goals and you stick to your resolutions by the year end. 31st December 2024. With this, wishes and pray, let us start our session coping with failure. Now, let us understand what is failure. And before understanding what failure is, let me just see how many of you have failed in your life. When I say this, and if I ask you to raise your hand, be you're watching in YouTube or in Zoom or any other platform, you will definitely raise your hand saying that, yes, I have come across failures in my life. Yet you are stand still and listening and watching to this video. That means you have overcome with the failure. And there are some aspects where you might have been struggling to coping up with the failure. Now, in this whole world, when we ask a general self survey about success, you may get the result that few of them are successful. Now, when I ask people or in journal about failure, everyone, not even a single person in this whole world has not tasted the failure. So failure is just a part and parcel of our life. Now, Cambridge University says that failure is something or someone hasn't been successful in doing or achieving what he has desired for. As simple as that. Now, when we attempt something and if we do not get it, that is the starting point of you thinking that you have been failed, and then you start building on that. Let me give you a small a story of how failure comes in our lives and sticks to ourselves. There were two monks, Buddhist monks, okay? There were two monks who were just crossing the river. Uh, by the way, a small disclaimer, this session will be somewhat in English and thoda bahut Urdu mein bhi main baat karunga. So, coming back to the story, there were two Buddhist monks who were about to cross the river. And there was a young lady sitting beside the river. When the young lady saw these two Buddhist monks, she rushed to them and asked help to cross the river. She has to cross the river and she asked help from the Buddhist monk. So there was one senior Buddhist monk and there was one junior Buddhist monk. So the junior rejected it and turned his face away, because as per Buddhist religion, they are not allowed to touch a lady or a girl. except only Buddhist monks, I'm saying. Now, the senior Buddhist monk, without saying anything, she lifted the girl, crossed the river, and put it down across the river, and he started walking. So the both went back to their home, okay, had their dinner, and when they were about to sleep, the young Buddhist monk said to the senior Buddhist monk, saying that you have spoiled your religion today. All these years you have worshipped Buddha, and now you have spoiled your religion by touching a girl. Now, the senior Buddhist monk, he said that when did this incident happen? He said that it was in the broad daylight, just before the afternoon. He said that from afternoon till now, you have done a lot of work, and I have done as well. I picked that girl before the river, and I crossed the river and dropped her there. But you carried that girl in your brain, and it is midnight, and still that woman, that girl is in your brain. Now, the same thing happens to us all the time, every time. There is an incident that happens to us, and those who are clever, they leave the incident then and there. And those who are emotionally weak, they carry that for a longer period of time. The same thing happens with us in terms of failure. Now, if you watch a kid playing, okay, and when he or she rides a bicycle, or walks, and she or he falls down, she will not be embarrassed, or he will not be embarrassed. They just shrug it up, and then they start riding the bicycle again. Now, they do not carry that incident in their life. Now, what we do, adults, young people, is that any incident of failure that happens to us, we carry that through our whole life. And then that is how that fear stops us from achieving our dreams, our goals. And that fear builds up, and then put us in every other area into a failure mode. And we think that since we haven't done that before, and then we do not want to attempt that again in the future. Now, this is how the incident happened. And with that incident, you might have failed in one incident. And if you go through with this incident every time, then that is how the failure goes up. Now, moving forward, now let us first understand what does the word fail means. Now, the fail, if you talk about, okay, I'll just stop the screen here because there is not much to share today. And just give me a second. Okay. So, fail, if you elaborate the word fail, it says that first attempt in learning. It says that first attempt in learning. That is what fail means. Now, what we usually do is, for an incident, we elaborate, and then we comes to on a failure mode. And most of the people, once they fail for the first time, they do not want to attempt for the second time. Why do you think that this happens? Once you fail, you do not want to attempt. There are few reasons why we do not attempt. Let us quickly go through it. And then most importantly, this session is an interactive session. If you have any questions, kindly let me know, and I'm here to answer any questions that you, or any incident that you might have come across in terms of achieving, or in terms of having a failure. Now, let us see, why do we get disappointed when we get failure? Because we compare ourselves with others. The moment we compare ourselves with others, then the failure stops. Just think. There is. Okay, there was some technical issue. Anyways, um, yeah. Why do you think that we stopped attempting once we fail? Firstly, we get disappointed, and secondly, we start comparing ourselves with others. Okay, and thirdly, we think that we have wasted our time and energy in putting our efforts in something, and then we failed in achieving that. And moving forward, okay, we always think ourselves as being perfectionist. Okay, we think ourselves that we are the number one in whatever field we want to do. Okay, and then we fail in doing that. I think there is some technical issue. Just give me 1 second. The camera is being stopped. Just give me 1 second. Right. Anyways, okay. So we being trying to be perfectionist, okay, and then we always think that whatever has happened to us, that shouldn't be happen. Any incident that happened to us, we think that we get disappointed, we want to be more perfectionist. Okay, we compare ourselves with others, and that is why once we fail, we do not want to reapproach that, and we do not want to do it. Now we all fail, we know that. Okay, and at the same time, okay, we all think that how many people they come across, they cope up with the failure. There are many people. Now why do you think that these people has got that ability to cope up, rather than we are not having that ability, okay, to cope up? Firstly, they do not take things personal. Okay, they just take the things as if it has come as an incident. Okay, nothing more and nothing less. And at the same time, okay, and the people, those who have come up in their life, okay, in terms of being failure, okay, they think that this is just a part of their life. I think just give me 1 second. Okay, I think I'm clear. The voice is echoing. The voice is echoing. I'm really sorry for this. Okay, technical issues. Sorry about that. When I started my training journey past 15 years ago, the first thing that has been taught to us is going through with all these technical issues. You might have been prepared very well, okay, but all these technical issues, some days, sometime, okay, that goes beyond your control. That is how it is today. And I always quote about Murphy's law, that whenever things goes wrong, it will go wrong. So let us come back to where we have started from. We were talking about failures. Okay, failure is just first attempt in learning, and at the same time, when why we fail. Okay, when we fail, why we do not attempt? Because we think that it is disappointing, it is waste of time and energy. We feel embarrassed, and we compare with others. Now, why at the same time some people cope up with this? Because okay, they take this as an incident, they take it as a part of life. Okay, they evaluate their own strength, they focus on themselves rather than comparing themselves with others, rather than thinking and feeling that what has happened to us is a bad thing. फेलियर हमारी जिंदगी का एक हिस्सा है. वी ऑल हैज टू गो थ्रू इट. थोड़े लोग जैसे ही फेल होते हैं वो परेशान होते हैं, दुखी होते हैं, अपने आप को दूसरों से कंपेयर करते हैं और फिर वो काम छोड़ देते हैं. वेराज दूसरों की जिंदगी में भी परेशानी आती है, बट दे कम अप with that failures, just with the help of their own strengths, with their own focus, with their own target, with their own goal. They take it as an incident, etc. Now whenever failure happens, okay, we go back to the comfort zone. हम क्या करते हैं कि हम we do not want to attempt. Why? Because if we fail that thing again, people, वो कहते हैं ना कि सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग, क्या कहेंगे लोग वाला जो इंसिडेंट है वो आपके दिमाग में हमेशा रहता है. लोग कंपेयर करेंगे, यार तुम पहले कर चुके, फिर उसके बाद भी करना चाह रहे हो, तुम बुद्धू हो. तो ये कंपैरिजन की डर में वी विल गो बैक टू द कंफर्ट जोन. नाउ आज 4th of January 2024, you have to cut that comfort zone. You have to come out of that comfort zone. Once you are out of that comfort zone, there are magic that is going to happen. अब ये comfort zone क्या होता है, इसके लिए मैं एक छोटी सी स्टोरी सुनाता हूँ जिससे you will understand it much more better. I hope you might have understood on the Buddhist monk story, saying that जब कभी भी हमको फेलियर आता है, we carry that on our back the whole life. अच्छा, वो टाइम पे किए थे ना, वो टाइम पे किए थे, फेल हो गए. वो टाइम पे बिजनेस किए थे, फेल हुए. वो टाइम पे कैरियर चेंज करने वाले थे, फेल हुए. वो टाइम पे अगर कुछ रिलेशनशिप का इशू आया था, वो एक बार फेल हुए, फिर उसके बाद आप कभी जिंदगी में आगे बढ़े ही नहीं अपने रिलेशनशिप ठीक करने के लिए. और फिर मियाँ बीवी को जो कहते हैं ना, हस्बैंड एंड वाइफ, दे आर नॉट लिविंग टुगेदर, they are just dying together. Why? Because there was one lapse in the failure in their relationship, and they never come together and talk whole life. So what usually happens whenever some failure happen, वो चिड़ी होती है ना, चिड़ी बैक अपने घोंसले में चले जाती है, अपने नेस्ट में चले जाती है, कंफर्ट जोन में चले जाती है. हम भी वैसे ही कंफर्ट जोन में जाते हैं. उसका एक बेहतरीन उदाहरण अगर मैं कहूँ, उसका एक बेहतरीन एग्जाम्पल अगर मैं कहूँ, तो एक स्टोरी के जरिए से. एक बहुत बड़ा राजा था. उसको पड़ेस वाले राजा ने दो चिड़िया दिए, बहुत अच्छे, अगर मैं कहूँ तो खूबसूरत पैरट्स उसको दिए. तो वो पैरट्स को वो लेके गया और अपने बाग में छोड़ा छोड़ा. दो पैरट, एक पैरट जो एक तोता है, वो हर दिन सुबह उठता और सारे बाग का चक्कर लगाता, फल फ्रूट खाता और शाम को वापस आता. दूसरा, वो कभी अपनी जगह से हिलता नहीं, वो वहीं बैठा रहता, कोई खाना दिए खाता, वरना फिर कहीं नहीं जाता. तो राजा को बड़ा अफसोस लगा कि यार एक तो बड़ा अच्छा है और दूसरा खराब है. अब वो दूसरा राजा जब इसके महल में आएगा और अगर वो इस पैरट्स को देखेगा तो उसको बुरा लगेगा कि एक को इसने अच्छा रखा, दूसरे को अच्छा नहीं रखा. तो वो तमाम पूरी इसकी रियायत में जितने भी वेटरनरिस्ट रहते हैं, उन सारों को बुला के चेक करता है कि भैया इसको क्या प्रॉब्लम है, चेक करो. सारे लोग दवाई हर चीज देते हैं, बट वो जो दूसरा वाला तोता है, दूसरा वाला जो पैरट है, that never flies. He always sits in that branch. तो एक बंदे ने कहा कि जो ना, मैं इसको ठीक कर दूंगा, आप रात में जाके सो जाओ, सुबह में ये परिंदा उड़ने लगेगा. जैसे ही वो सुबह में उठ उसने देखा, वो बिल्कुल तोता उड़ने लगा। तो उसने उसको बुलाया कि तुमने क्या किया। वो कहा कि जो इस डाली डाली पर वो बैठा था, मैंने उस डाली को काट दिया। द मोमेंट दैट दैट ब्रांच कट ऑफ, ओके, ही शी हैज नो कंफर्ट जोन टू सिट एंड शी फ्लाइड। तो आज हमारे पास क्या प्रॉब्लम है? आज भी हम कंफर्ट जोन में बैठे हैं और उस वो एक फेलियर को याद करते हैं, और कभी फिर हम आगे बढ़ने की और अच्छा करने की कोशिश नहीं करते। ठीक है, 2024 इज द ईयर आई वुड से दैट हैज ब्लेस्ड अल्लाह सुब्हानहू तआला टू यू टू मेक द बेस्ट आउट ऑफ यू। ठीक है, 2024 में अपने कंफर्ट जोन्स को कट करिए और आगे बढ़ने की सोचिए। आपको यकीनन मे बी 2023 या उससे पहले कुछ दुख परेशानी तकलीफ आई होगी। ठीक है, उसको भूल जाएं और आगे बढ़ें। अब आगे कैसे बढ़ेंगे, ठीक है, क्या मुश्किलात आएंगी और इसके प्रैक्टिकल स्टेप्स क्या होंगे और हमको कैसे स्टेप बाय स्टेप आगे जाना है, ये मैं अभी आगे बताऊंगा। उससे पहले अगर किसी का कुछ सवाल है तो आई विल जस्ट क्विकली टेक इट। ओके, वी जस्ट टॉक्ड अबाउट व्हाट इज फेलियर and why once we fail we do not attempt, and how positive people, good people, okay, take up that failure as in, and once the failure happens, what will happen? You will go back to our comfort zone. Now how we can come out of this, okay, we will talk about the strategies, the methodology, etc, etc. But before that, if you have got any questions, please let me know, either by unmuting yourself or put it on a chat box. Just one or two questions, we will take it. If you have got any questions in real life example of any problem, anything, anywhere where you have stuck and you cannot come out of your comfort zone or failure. Any questions? Is my audio and video all clear? Can you put it on a chat box? Because I'm just wondering, with the difficulties I had it earlier, is that everything clear? Okay, thank you, Abrar bhai. And any questions? Any questions on failure? Any incident or of you or your friend that has gone through with the failure and then they are still struggling with it? एक इंसिडेंट होता है ना, जो जो every incident that lasts maybe 3 to 5 seconds, and if that 3 to 5 seconds, if you hold on to that, okay, that will take carry your whole life. Okay, but that 3 to 5 seconds of incident, if you take it just as an incident, okay, then there are high chances that you forget and then you go more forward. The same thing Islam also teaches us. There are a lot of incident I can quote where we suffered, I would not say failure, but a kind of setback. One of the best example is the Battle of Uhud, where Prophet ﷺ was about to win the battle, but it so happened, you all know, I do not have to go into all the details, but it so happened that Khalid bin Walid, later on he became Muslim, Razillah Ta'ala anhu. At that time he was not a Muslim, so he just came across and turned the whole warfare. So that was a setback. Prophet ﷺ has lost his steeds, and then many people thought that, you know, Prophet ﷺ has died as well. That was a setback. Muslims, you know, gone back. Okay, they move upwards to the Ahad mountain, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al Imran as well, which is the third surah and ayat number 139. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that, okay, whatever has happened to you happened to them. In 140 he says that whatever has happened to you has happened to them as well. And before that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that do not fear, do not be disheartened. Okay, victory will be with you if you are being truthful. And that this not only stands for only the battle of the war, but it can happen the battle of our life as well. We all are going through, I won't say as in battle, we all are here to do a role play. We all are doing some sort of an action which has been destined to do, and we have to do it as per the sayings of Islam. And at the same time, talking about the Uhud incident, once they come back, and immediately Prophet ﷺ said another few people to go and then see whether they have left or not, because they, the pagans, they were standing nearby the Medina. So immediately after losing nearly 70 Sahabas, okay, Prophet ﷺ said that, okay, go back again to see whether they are coming back or whether they have to go out of the boundaries of Medina. So that is one failure, or I would say setback. And immediately after very few moments, Prophet ﷺ and his team jumped back. The same has been told, okay, for us to do as well. There are a lot of failures that we all come across, and we have to come out of it through some methodologies, some tactics, and some strategies. Now, let me explain you how you can come back with that. First thing, whenever any incident happened to you that you term it as a failure, take a deep breath. Okay, sit, relax with pen and paper. I always emphasize on taking pen and paper, because that will definitely give you a fresh look. Because you see, your mind is doesn't have another mind to remind you. Okay, you always tend to forget the things. Okay, so it's better you sit with pen and paper in order to write it down and see that whether what you have planned and how it has been not worked out. So the first thing, whenever you come across a failure, जब कभी भी आप कोई एक failure से गुजरते हो, the first thing you have to do is that you have to sit and see and learn and reflect. See what went wrong, okay, and then how you can make it more better. Now, in this world today, we are talking about VUCA world, okay, where we are living in a volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world, okay, where we have to use the strategy called adapt and adjust. The world is changing very fast. You may have attempted something and you failed it. So the strategy, what you have to use it, you have to learn and reflect. You have to sit, learn, and reflect. And at the same time, you have to adapt, and you have to be available. You have to be adapt and adjust yourself. Okay, there are a lot of times, a lot of chances that you may not fit into that category. Learn from it, adapt it, and adjust it. The famous thing, the frog incident, and I always talk about it. Frog has a very good Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed a very good thing in it, that it can change the body temperature. When you put it on a cold water, it adjusts. When you put it in on warm water, it adjusts. On one incident that has happened, that a frog has been kept in a cold water, it adjusted its body. When they put the water in a stove, okay, and kept it warm. Now, what happened is, when the water is warm, the frog adjusted its body temperature again. The water came to a boiling point, wherein the frog started to jump out of the pot, and it cannot able to jump out of it, and he died in that pot. Now, who is responsible for that? Is that the stove or the boiling water? No, it is the frog who is responsible, because it changed its body temperature, but it didn't know that when to change the pot. आज हमारे पास यही सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है कि एक बार फेलियर हो गए, बार बार उसको ट्राई करना गलत है, ठीक है, और एक बार फेल हुए फिर उसके बाद उसको कभी नहीं ट्राई करना, ये भी गलत है। आपको क्या करना है, आपको लर्न कर, आपको सीखना है, ठीक है, रिफ्लेक्ट करना है कि कहाँ आपने गलती की, ठीक है, आपको अडेप्ट करना है वो गलती को, और अपने आप को एडजस्ट करना है। जितनी जल्दी आप अपने आप को अडेप्ट करेंगे, जितनी जल्दी आप अपने आप को एडजस्ट करेंगे, उतनी जल्दी आप फास्ट ग्रो होंगे। नोकिया के जो सीईओ थे, वो जब कंपनी खत्म हो रही थी, उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा एग्जांपल दिया कि वी वर नॉट अ बैड कंपनी, we were doing good, we were a good company, but we cannot able to change with the environment which is happening outside. कंपनी के बाहर जितना जल्दी, जितना फास्ट टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज हो रही थी, they cannot able to adjust that. That is wherein, Okay, they have to bankrupt. The company went bankrupt. Now the same thing happening to us in our lives. Okay, our health, career, relationship, money, spirituality, social, and intellectual, these are the areas where we have to work on our life and adapt and adjust. So the number one thing. Second thing, if you have come across with a failure, please stop the blame game. द मोमेंट आप कभी भी कोई चीज में फेल होते हैं तो आप वो चीज दूसरों पे डालते हैं, वक्त पे, हालात पे, ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट पे, कंट्री पे, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा। और सबसे बड़ा जो जो लोग डालते हैं, वो कहते हैं कि किस्मत में नहीं था होगा। ठीक है, हाँ हाँ, हो भी सकता है, शायद आपने किसी चीज के लिए ट्राई किया और वो चीज आपको नहीं मिली, तो शायद आपकी किस्मत में नहीं थी होगी। ठीक है, बट बिना काम करे अगर आप किस्मत पे डालेंगे, देन यू विल बी क्वेश्चन। I do not want to go in more details on fate. Okay, we have to believe in the fate. We have to believe in taqdeer. Okay, but everything is not taqdeer. ठीक है, we have to do what we are supposed to do. हर बेहतरीन इक़दाम आप करिए, फिर उसके बाद अल्लाह पे छोड़िए। कभी किसी को ब्लेम करने का, क्रिटिसाइज करने की, कंप्लेंट करने की आदत बिल्कुल 2024 में यू हैव टू स्टॉप। यू मस्ट टेक रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। आप फेल हुए, नो प्रॉब्लम, इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ। ठीक है, हर कोई फेल होते हैं। अगर आप अटेम्प्ट ही नहीं करेंगे और फेल नहीं होंगे, तो फिर आपने वही चिड़िया की तरह होंगे जो आप हमेशा अपने जो डाली थी वो डाली पे बैठी और कभी बाग को देखा ही नहीं, कभी एंजॉय नहीं किया, वहीं बैठी, वहीं खाई और वहीं खत्म हो गई। ठीक है, आप अटेम्प्ट करिए, फेल आप होंगे, दूसरों को ब्लेम ना करें। ठीक है, कंप्लेन और क्रिटिसाइज ना करें, देखें और आप कैसे उसको जो है ना, उस चीज को हम आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। खासतौर से किस्मत पे तो बिल्कुल ना डालें। किस्मत इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल, बट दैट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ इट। एक मैं छोटा वाकया कहता हूँ। नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम जब इसराइल मिराज का वाकया हुआ, नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम मक्के से निकले और बैतुल मक़दस गए। किस पर गए? बुर्राक पर गए। वहां जाते ही क्या किया? नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने उस बुर्राक को बांधा। Now you see the very good example that we have it is you have किस्मत पे नहीं बिलीव किया, तकदीर पे नहीं छोड़ दिया। बुर्राक तो अल्लाह ने भेजा है, ठीक है, वो ऊपर आसमानी जानवर है, why should I tie it? बट वहां पे अल्लाह के नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया कि इस दुनिया में आए हो तो बेहतरीन, वो एक और एक हदीस है, अल्लाह के नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया कि पहले ऊंट को बांधो, फिर तवक्कल करो। ठीक है, अपना काम क्या है कि हम किसी को ब्लेम ना करें, तकदीर को तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं करें, किस्मत को तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं करें। जितना आपसे हो सकता है काम करें। अगर उसके बाद भी फेलियर मिलती है तो बस अल्लाह ताला यहाँ नहीं, आगे आपको अच्छा करेगा। और एक बात बता रहा हूं, एक बार अटेम्प्ट हुआ, ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम, दो बार, बस उसके बाद अगर आप देखें, अगर आपको लगता है कि दो बार भी मैंने गलती की और तीसरी बार मैं अच्छा कैसा कर सकता हूं, इट्स ओके, बट बार बार उसी चीज को रिप्लाई आप since it is January, there are a lot of people who will be attempting for need, etc., etc. IIT, 3 अटेम्प्ट, 5 अटेम्प्ट, 4 अटेम्प्ट, प्लीज उतना ना अपना टाइम ना वेस्ट करें। आपको एक अटेम्प्ट में आपकी गलती होगी, दूसरे अटेम्प्ट तक आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि वेदर यू आर फिट फॉर दिस और नॉट। ओके, देन इफ यू आर नॉट फिट, देन लीव इट। तो दूसरी चीज, ब्लेम ना करें। तीसरी चीज, अपना नजरिया बदलें। ठीक है, आप फेल हो गए हैं, नो प्रॉब्लम, बट वो ही नजरिए से आप फिर काम करेंगे तो फिर आपको वही मिलेगा जो पहले मिला। ठीक है, आपको क्या करना है? यू हैव टू चेंज, शिफ्ट योर पर्सपेक्टिव। अपने देखने का नजरिया, करने का नजरिया, अगर आप काम करने का नजरिया बदलेंगे, ठीक है, तो फिर नजारे भी बदलेंगे। वॉरेन डेयर सेड अ वेरी गुड थिंग, इफ यू चेंज द वे यू लुक एट थिंग्स, द थिंग्स यू लुक चेंज। ठीक है, आप अपनी नजरिए को बदलें। ठीक है, रास्ता, मंजिलें आराम से बदलेंगी। वही काम जो आपने किया है, वो वही काम को थोड़ा सा अलग करेंगे। चौथी चीज, रियलिस्टिक एक्सपेक्टेशंस रखें। शायद पहले दफा अगर आप कोई चीज को अटेम्प्ट करें, ठीक है, तो आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि यानी यू माइट हैव सेट सम अनरियलिस्टिक एक्सपेक्टेशन। नाउ वंस यू हैव गॉन थ्रू दिस, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड दैट दिस इज नॉट व्हाट इट्स मीन्स टू बी। ठीक है, बाज औकात में ऐसा होता कि आप जिस चीज के लिए जाते हैं, जिस चीज के लिए वो काम करते हैं, वो काम का मकसद ही खत्म होता है। एक बेहतरीन एग्जाम्पल है, साउथ अमेरिका में एक एक चिली एक कंट्री है, वहां पे किसी ने एक डैम बना रहा था, और हर टाइम बारिश जब होती तो वो डैम टूट जाता। ठीक है, आई जस्ट क्विकली गो थ्रू दिस, ओके। वो डैम टूट जाता, तो इस दफा गवर्नमेंट ने कहा कि हम ऐसा डैम बनाएंगे कि जिससे जो है ना किसी कभी ये डैम ना टूटे। और गेस व्हाट, दे मेड द डैम सो स्ट्रांग, सो पावरफुल दैट इट विल नेवर ब्रेक। एंड दूसरे साल जब बारिश हुई, तो बारिश इतनी हुई कि 3 दिन में पूरे साल भर की बारिश हो गई, और साल भर से ज्यादा बारिश हो गई। ठीक है, वो कहते हैं कि तकरीबन एक ही दिन में 6 इंच से ज्यादा बारिश हुई। नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड विद दैट ओवरलोडेड रेनफॉल? ठीक है, पानी ने अपना रास्ता बदल दिया। ठीक है, वो पहाड़ चट्टान को काट कर एक नया रास्ता बना लिया, क्योंकि इट वाज दैट मच ओवरफ्लो ऑफ वाटर। नाउ द ब्रिज was standing on its place, but the water has changed the direction. The very purpose of making that bridge was not been accomplished. Why? Because the water has changed the direction. Now they have to make another bridge there. So sometimes set a realistic expectation. Sometimes you set an expectation that is not meant for what you want to achieve in life. फिर उसके बाद आप एक चीज देखें, जब कभी भी आपके पास फेलियर होता है, यू प्रैक्टिस माइंडफुलनेस। अब माइंडफुलनेस आज की तुलना में जो है ना बहुत बड़ी साइंस हो गई है। हमारे पास इस्लाम में कहा जाता है कि सबर बहुत बड़ी नेमत है, तदब्बर बहुत बड़ी चीज है। अल्लाह ताला काफी जगह कुरान में फरमाया कि अफला यतदब्बरून। ठीक है, क्या क्या तुम गौर नहीं करते, हमने आसमान कैसे बना दिया, हमने जमीन कैसे बना दिया, और काफी सारी चीजें। ठीक है, तो माइंडफुलनेस आप प्रैक्टिस करें। the best thing of you to start doing mindfulness is ब्रीथिंग एक्सरसाइज। ठीक है, विम हॉफ एक टेक्निक है। ठीक है, डीप ब्रीथ। मैं आपको एक सिंपल एक्सरसाइज कराता हूँ। कम ऑन एवरीबॉडी, आई नो यू विल नॉट ओपन द कैमरास बिकॉज I don't know. Okay, I do not want you to open the cameras as well, but sit relaxingly. Sit relaxingly. Now, the rule is take a deep breath, okay? Hold on for a few seconds and then relax it. Now, the Wim Hof technique says 4-7-8. Take deep breath for 4 seconds, hold on for 7 seconds, and release it for 8 seconds, like this. Now, everybody start doing it, okay? On a count of three. 1, 2, and 3. Take a deep breath. Hold on for a few seconds and then relax it. Do this for 3 times, okay? Whenever you feel stressed, you feel overwhelmed, you feel that there is giddiness, ठीक है, आप ये करिए। The oxygen will go in your mind and it will give a fresh new energy। ठीक है, तो हमको अगर आप कभी भी फेल हुए हैं, तो the best thing that you can do is प्रैक्टिस माइंडफुलनेस। ठीक है, जितना आप ये करेंगे, ठीक है, जिक्र अस्कार, सबर, शुक्र, जिक्र, इससे पहले मैंने बताया था इस्तगफार, जितना आप करेंगे उतना ज्यादा आपको पीस, माइंडफुलनेस आएगा। और जब कभी भी आप फेलियर में आए, व्हेन यू कम टू दिस पोजीशन, ओके, यू विल हैव गुड रिसोर्सेस टू फाइट बैक। नाउ, sixth point is, whenever you have got a failure, practicing all these things, sixth point is take action again। Okay, now the direction is being changed। ठीक है, सब चीज सेट हो गया है, आपने माइंडफुलनेस प्रैक्टिस की है। नाउ टेक एक्शन। वो फिर से डू नॉट टेल दैट कलीम साहब, आप सिर्फ you're talking about frog this day today। okay, there is another incident। there were 4 frogs sitting on a log। एक एक पेड़ पे 4 फ्रॉग बैठे थे। ठीक है, फिर वहां से एक सांप जा रहा था। तो जैसे ही चार फ्रॉक्स ने देखा कि वहां से सांप जा रहा है, एंड दे डिसाइडेड टू जंप. नाउ बिफोर द स्नेक केम टू द लॉग, how many frog do you think it is there on the log? And the answer is all of them. Why? Because they just have decided, but they didn't take the action. So what you have to do is you have to take an action. आपने डिसाइड किया, आपने पीसफुल प्रैक्टिस कर ली, आपने अपना डायरेक्शन चेंज किया, आपने अडॉप्ट कर लिया, आपने आपने लर्न कर लिया, रिफ्लेक्ट कर लिया, आपने ब्लेम करना छोड़ दिया. ये सारी चीज़ों के बाद जब आप कोई चीज़ पे एक्शन लेंगे, तभी इंशाल्लाह आपको रिजल्ट आती है. ठीक है, वो प्रोबेबिलिटी का लॉ बहुत जबरदस्त फेमस है. व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी व्हेन अ कॉइन इज बीन टॉस, व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग हेड्स? इट इज 50%. So what is the probability of someone attempting in an exam and someone not going for the examination center? One person A went to the examination center. The probability of him passing the exam is 50%. The probability of B, not by attempting, just sitting at home, the probability of him passing is 0. तो जस्ट एक अटेम्प्ट से आपकी प्रोबेबिलिटी 50% होती है. तो ठीक है, ठीक उसी तरीके से आपका एक्शन लेने से आपकी जीत लगभग तय है. When it is been said that a good start is half done. ठीक है, and Robin Sharma says that start is very hard, okay, middle is very messy, and end is gorgeous. Okay, so this is what you have to take. You have to start what you planned in 2023 or what you haven't achieved in your past life. 2024, let us not waste this year. Start. And सबसे last part, seventh and the last topic is, when you have come across a failure, now the best thing that you can come out of failure is to seek support. Okay, लोग से पूछिए कि आप कैसे इस चीज से बाहर आए. Now you see, success follows steps, success follows clues. It says that whoever follows that clues, okay, you will get the result. Now if you are attempting something which someone has already done it, okay, approach to that person, okay, or talk to someone senior, talk to someone who has experience in that. Okay, they will help you in achieving what you failed to achieve before or what you are trying to achieve it. So seeking support is one of the best thing. Now नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने भी बहुत सारी चीजें को ऐसा किया जहां पे नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने लोगों की मदद की, लोगों की हेल्प की. इट इज नॉट ओनली द जस्ट द रिलीजियस एस्पेक्ट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, it is in general aspect. Okay, he has supported many people, and Islam also talk about, jamaat. ठीक है, Islam also talk about group togetherness that can help each other in building or in coming out of a failure. These are the 7 ways, strategies, okay, by which you can definitely come out of a failure. If you have any questions, kindly let me know. We are about to finish the time. Okay, if you have got any questions on coping up with the failure, or if you have seen any incident where किसी को कुछ problem. देखिए, my job is being a life coach. I have seen a lot of people going with the failure. Today only I had a session with my client. He said that he's very badly disrupted by the financial losses he has gone through in 2023. It's very hard for him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help him to come out of that. But the one thing which I have admired and appreciated is, okay, he found me and he said that, okay, I will definitely work on myself and I'll make sure that 2024 should be my best year in spite of having these much of losses. दूसरे लोग जैसे ही फेलियर होते बिजनेस में या कोई और चीज में, वो लोग हिम्मत हारते, वो लोग अपना हौसला छोड़ देते, और ज्यादातर क्या होता कि दे डू नॉट अटेम्प्ट. ठीक है, फिर से वो अटेम्प्ट ही नहीं करते. अच्छा भाई, लाइफ जैसी चल रही वैसी चलने दो ना, एक बार हमने करके देखा है, फिर उसके बाद करने की कोई चाह नहीं है. इफ यू हैव गॉट एनी क्वेश्चंस देन प्लीज let me know. anything that comes with the failure, and how we can come out of failure. There are some steps, the strategies, the 7 steps and strategies which I have just explained. If you or your friend, anyone who has this sort of problem, please do let me know. Okay, we are giving you a 45 minutes of a free session. Okay, the details will be shared to you later or in the chat box, that we are giving you a free live session for 45 minutes. Okay, wherein you can come, talk about your failure. We will design a strategy in order for you to come out of that problem. Now, हर किसी के लिए एक ही चीज, एक ही तरीका काम नहीं करती. किसी की फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ अच्छी है, किसी की इमोशनल स्ट्रेंथ अच्छी है, किसी की मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ अच्छी है, किसी की एडवर्सिटी स्ट्रेंथ अच्छी है, किसी की क्रिएटिव स्ट्रेंथ अच्छी है, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. हर किसी को एक ही लकड़ी से, एक ही चीज से मापना वो बिल्कुल भी गलत है. Everyone has got their own strengths, everyone they have got their own ability, and based on that ability we can help you to come out of that. Now, let us quickly wrap up our session. I'm really, really, really sorry that in the middle there was some technical issue. Okay, and we'll make sure that next time it won't happen, inshallah. And we talked about the failure today. Failure is the first attempt in learning. Okay, we often fail. Okay, most of the people, not most of the people, I would say everyone fails in their life. Now, once they fail, they do not reattempt it. Why they do not reattempt it? Because they compare themselves with others. They feel that the time and the energy they might have lost. Okay, they feel that they cannot able to do that again. Now, the same failure, there are few people, those who come up with the same failure. Now, इस पे एक छोटा सा इंसिडेंट कहता हूं और फिर उसके बाद हम आगे बढ़ेंगे. In America, there were two brothers, twin brothers. Okay, two twin brothers. One of the person, okay, he got caught by the police because he robbed. Okay, and that person, he was a doctor. Okay, he was a doctor. Now, he was being caught because he has done robbery. Now, when he produced to the court, he said that, Your Honor, I am not a thief, I am a doctor. Now, the theft has done by my twin brother, and they caught me. So the judge said that, go get his twin brother. Now, his twin brother has been caught and brought into the court, and the court pronounced penalty to the one who has stolen, who has done the theft, and doctor set free. Now, before they were going, there was a journalist who saw this. Twin brothers looking same. One is a doctor and set free. Another is a thief who has been caught stealing, and he is behind the bars, going to behind the bars now. So this person went and interviewed both of them. Now, firstly, he went to the thief and asked him that, what made you steal? Okay, what made you a theft? He said that my father was a drunkard. Okay, he robbed, he was a drunkist, and he beats my mother. I have grown up watching all these things. What do you think I will become? He said that, okay, noted. Now, he went back to the other brother who was a doctor and asked him that, what made you the doctor? He said that, my father. He was surprised, and he said that, the doctor said that my father was a drunkard, okay, and he used to theft, druggist, and he used to beat my mother. I have seen this while I was a childhood, in my childhood, and I have decided I will not be like my father. So two twin brothers living in the same circumstances, one decided not to do that, another decided that since it is my father is doing, I will do the same. So the same incident might have happened to two people. एक बंदा फेल होके ये कहता है कि लोग क्या कहेंगे और मैं नहीं कर सकता और अपना टाइम एंड एनर्जी वेस्ट है यहाँ पे करके छोड़ देता है। दूसरा बंदा ये कहता है कि ये जस्ट एक इंसिडेंट है, मेरे गोल्स बहुत क्लियर है, आई नो माई स्ट्रेंथ्स एंड आई विल वर्क ऑन माई स्ट्रेंथ्स एंड आई विल डेवलप माई सेल्फ एंड आई विल ग्रो। ठीक है, ये दो डिसाइडिंग फैक्टर होते हैं किसी की लाइफ में कामयाबी की तरफ आगे बढ़ने के लिए। नाउ जैसे ही आप कामयाबी की तरफ आगे नहीं बढ़ते, यू गो बैक टू द कंफर्ट जोन। एंड जब कंफर्ट जोन में जब कभी भी कोई परेशानी आती है, आप तकलीफ में किसी को कुछ बोलते हैं फिर खामोश हो जाते हैं, सेम वो पैरट की तरह। नाउ इन ऑर्डर टू कम आउट of that comfort zone, there are 7 things which I have said in the whole webinar. Okay, they say that learn and adapt. Okay, आप लर्न करिए, अडेप्ट करिए, एडजस्ट करिए, ब्लेम करना छोड़ दीजिए, क्रिटिसाइज और कंप्लेन करना छोड़ दीजिए। ठीक है, फिर उसके साथ साथ अपना पर्सपेक्टिव बदलिए। ठीक है, नजर को बदलिए, नजारे बदलेंगे। फिर रियलिस्टिक आप अपने गोल्स रखें, जितने आप रियलिस्टिक गोल रखेंगे उतना ज्यादा और उतना अच्छा आप उसको पाएंगे। माइंडफुलनेस प्रैक्टिस करिए, सब्र करिए, शुक्र करिए, जिक्र करिए, आप तदब्बुर करिए, आप देखिए कि वेर वेर यू हैव नॉट डन योरसेल्फ। छठा पॉइंट, आप एक्शन लीजिए। सिर्फ बैठने से काम नहीं होता, जितना आप एक्शन लेंगे उतना ज्यादा काम होगा। और लास्टली, सीक एडवाइस फ्रॉम द पर्सन दोज हु हैव एक्सपीरियंस। ठीक है, क्लैन विन में हम भी फ्री सेशन दे रहे हैं। द डिटेल्स आर ऑन द चैट बॉक्स, please go through it and do contact us if you have got any problems and if you have stuck in somewhere. I wish you all the best again for the 2024, and I pray that this year brings you more joy, more happiness and prosperity. With this, I would like to sign off. This is Kaleem Syed. Thank you for listening and watching me. I am the founder of Clanwin, where we help you to be better you.